but I would like to put out one sort of piece, one excerpt from Marilyn Young's excellent book, The Vietnam Wars, which I'll have some book recommendations at the end of today's episode. But this is a summary of NSC 68, National Security Council Report 68, which comes out in April of 1950. Comes out, it drops like a new album. It's what's important about this document is it's really the blueprint for the Cold War, for the sort of military part of the Cold War, especially. And it has a lot of really important pieces of American ideology in it. And what Marilyn Young does, and I love what she does here, she sort of paraphrases the five main assumptions of NSC 68. It's horrifying, but it's really, really important to understand how the United States is starting to conceive of communism, but not only to conceive of communism, but how the United States is going to confront communism and use its military and its CIA and all these sort of covert organizations to disrupt world communism. And here's the five assumptions and ideas underneath NSC 68. Number one, the intentions of the United States are always good. It is possible that in pursuit of good ends, mistakes will be made. But the basic goodness of U.S. intentions cannot ever be questioned. The intentions of the enemies of the United States are bad. It is possible that in the pursuit of bad ends, good things will seem to happen. But the basic badness of enemy intentions cannot ever be questioned. Number two, communism, on the other hand, is fundamentally bad, indifferent to human life, individual values, ordinary moral scruples. Moreover, in order to solidify its absolute control within the Soviet Union and the Soviet bloc, communism must expand. Quoting NSC 68, the fundamental design of the Soviet Union calls for the complete subversion or forcible destruction of the machinery of government and structure of society in the countries of the non-Soviet world, and their replacement by an apparatus subservient to and controlled from the Kremlin. Thus, the Soviet Union and communism are inherently aggressive. Number three, the most important lesson of recent world history is never to appease an aggressor. The softness of the democracies at Munich encouraged Germany and Japan to start World War II. Aggression, internal or external, must be stopped early if it is to be stopped at all. Number four, in the nuclear age, all-out war against communism is impossible. Instead, communists must be strictly contained. In a shrinking world, the fate of each country is linked to that of all others. The free world is only as strong as its weakest link. Thus, the fall to communism of any country threatens the security of the United States, and so the fate of the entire world itself. And finally, number five, communists feel no restrictions on the means they use to achieve their ends. A free society, on the other hand, often feels itself constrained. Nevertheless, the United States, NSC 68 advises, should not feel that it has compromised its values by any measures, covert or overt, violent or nonviolent, which serve the purposes of frustrating the Kremlin design, provided only they are appropriately calculated to that end and are not so excessive or misdirected as to make us enemies of the people instead of the evil men who have enslaved them.